What's up guys, and welcome back to another EVE Online video. Tonight I have hopped out of my wormhole chain and am out in NULLSEC. Specifically I'm in Peregrine Falls, which is, as you can see here, is drone space. And I fancy doing a little bit of just NULLSEC exploration tonight and today, which could be quite fun. I quite like doing it in drone space because you come across different hacking sites where you can get augmented drone blueprints and things, but also I just generally like being out in NULLSEC every now and again for a bit of exploration. It can be quite lucrative. You come across some good stuff like ghost sites or sleeper caches, also obviously just general hacking sites. And we'll see what else we can find. But that's my plan for the next little while. The Capsuleer Day event is still running as well, and I've still got to collect a bunch of points. So if I come across Guri Malakin hacking sites, I'll be running them. Yeah, hopefully it stays quiet and I can just poodle around pretty safe, filling up my cargo hold. I'm going to be at it for a while. We'll probably see maybe either like when I'm needed back in wormhole is when this will come to an end, or if the cargo hold gets full, that is possible, or I decide I'm flying around with too much loot to be comfortable, in which case we will also pack up and go home. So yeah, going to be a little while. That's my plan. And I will let you know, and we'll cut back in if we come across some interesting stuff that's worth talking about. So let me drop. I didn't need to cloak because I can see I'm the only one in the system. Let me drop cloak, drop probes, and start scanning this first one. While I do that, just let's have a look at where we are on the star map. So out here in Peregrine Falls, which is drone space. These are all drone space, and I might head into, maybe I'll head towards Cobalt Edge and see where we end up. Data site, good start. That's not what I meant to click. Let's see what we end up with. It's not going to be an event site because I think, so possibly. Get rid of that. Abandoned Research Complex. This is a drone site, I'm pretty sure. Abandoned Research Complex. Let's warp in. Full name, if you want to Google it, is DG003. But this is a data site where you can get the drone blueprints, so we could be off to a nice start here. What do we got? Let's get to it. I haven't done this for a while in drone space. I'm quite confident rats don't spawn, but not 100% sure, and I can't be bothered to Google it, so I'm just going to keep an eye out, see if any rats spawn while I'm hacking, but I'm pretty sure they don't. If you are not confident, you can just Google this site's name, and EVE University will tell you the answer. That's loud. they're not difficult, so I'm gonna keep an eye on my tank. Just see about continuing the hack. They won't scram or anything. Let's just keep an eye on the tank as we do it. Okay. Oh, really? Alright. That's a shame. So, because the rats are here, I can't hack that. So, completed the hack successfully, but can't access it because it's being guarded. So, need to go back in something with combat if you want to finish that site. Still, there we are. Lesson number 1 already. Might be better to do this in an Astro or something than a Buzzard. But I'm going to keep going. And we'll check in when we've got something good. Start with here.
Warp drive active.
It could be some excitement. I've just been through a system with 3 Guru Malik sites, so that was very nice. Not amazing loot, but a couple cheap skins. Yes, but in this system, we've got the Society of Conscious Thought data site, but we have 2 in system, and one of them isn't a Tengu. I think I probably won't be taking the risk on that, and we'll be moving on. There are a fair few Horde guys online actually. A few of the systems I've gone through have been populated. Unsurprising. But hopefully the deeper I get down into Cobalt Edge and places, the quieter it will become. We'll see. So yeah, skipping this one, moving on to the next. Also the nice thing about like exploration out of wormhole, when I'm in a wormhole, I'm always scanning everything to make sure I've got my Pathfinder and everything populated for the rest of the core, and everything's bookmarked. But here I can be more selective about what I'm scanning. So if I see it's going to be a combat site or it's going to be gas, I don't need to finish the scan. Which means you can get through a lot of systems very quickly, which is very nice. So we'll see what this one is, in case there's anything good. If not, we will skip over to the next interesting thing. What do we got here? DC007. Okay, this is the same again, slightly different one, but same deal. So I'm going to warp in and hopefully successfully hack something before the drones land. I think it's different routes, it might be harder in a 007, but let's see. Just need to successfully hack something. I'll go for the differently named one. Because I haven't got a cargo scanner. I don't know which is the best one to go for. But as a general rule, I tend to follow is just go for the one that's a different name. Here we get on. A better job of hacking this time. Been struggling today and yesterday. I don't know why. I've normally got a pretty good track record when it comes to hacking. Okay, much easier hack, this one. Generally don't think it's possible for me to fail it. Oh. A little bit of drone stuff, but nothing good. Feed off to the next one. It's behind that rock, so let's run around it if we can. Spawned yet? It's a shame to find like literally nothing in here. Like a blueprint. They're all just BPCs, of course. But augmented drones go for a lot. Yeah, a decent blueprint. Yes, a couple of blueprints. Amazing ones, but still, this is why I like running stuff in drone space. Let me look up and we can have a look. Integrated. And one is, these are the cheaper versions of the augmenteds, so you don't need much to make them. It only costs 300,000 and they're 500,000 each, and you get different numbers of runs. I think you can get 10, 30 and 60 maybe runs per blueprint. I've got 2 10 runs, so nothing amazing, but something, and we've only just started. But on we go. But now, not long later, another system, another potential dilemma. This time I'm going to take a different course of action. I have once again the Society of Conscious Thought event site, which I do want to run. They don't contribute to my points because I'm representing them, but still. But we've got one person in system, so if I was being sensible, I'd probably just move on. But they are docked in the Tatara. You can see that number 1 next to the distance. So they're docked, and we're only 2 AU away, so everything's in range of D-scan. So as long as I'm good with my D-scanning, I should be able to see if they undock. Then I can warp off. The exception here, of course, is I think they're called Force Recon ships, a couple of the Tech 2 cruisers that don't show up on D-scan. If they undock in one of them, then they'll probably come get me. But that's a risk I'm willing to take. This one. We get a couple skins. His effects is nothing. I'm sure they used to be huge. Complaining. Nice one. No loot. The fireworks are massive, so I never pick them up. For special occasions only. One. So no skin, got a booster. Do they connect? Oh, it jumps all the way down. Okay, going that way. Going that way, because we can always. I mean, not going to be that many systems, right? I just want to get down here into the very deep and see what's going on. That's a shame. Although this time we've got a Guri Malakim base event site, which I really want to do for the points, but I can't actually remember. But I think these two were the guys in that previous system where one of them was in a Tengu, and there are now probes out. So building up. So I don't think I can do that. I'm just going to move on to the next system.
Warp drive active.
It's pointed because I need the points. I want that healer skin. Not the Dramo one. The healer one. We've got in this system. So, something very odd has just happened. I've scanned down what apparently is a combat site, which is called, at least appears to be, the Improved Guristas Covert Research Facility, which is a ghost hacking site and should come up as a data site and be quite difficult to scan down. Whereas this was like a level 1 combat site. Now I very much want to hack that if it is a ghost site. Can't find anything online to suggest it's not a ghost site, apart from
Warp drive active.
I don't know what's happening. Am I about to just instantly die? There's also an event site which I'm going to do. It is a covert research facility. Why has it come up as a combat site? Okay, it can't talk much through this. If I mess my hack up, I'm just instantly dead. Got 7 million in both. Great, but too bad so far. We are keeping an eye out for rats spawning. As soon as the rats spawn, I've got to leave site, because again, otherwise I am dead. For the last one, really like a implant blueprint. Go. What it? Nothing. Hey, burn away. That's weird that it's come up as a combat site, level 1 combat site. So it was possible to scan that with my probes and 8 AU. These should be level 3 or 4 data sites. I mean, a bit of a treat. Got me 44 million in research tools and a Wetu mobile depot blueprint. 1 run. 2 million. A long time for the rats to spawn. Weird one. I reckon that might be bugged. Either way, not complaining. Yeah, because it's still here. Very, very strange. Anyway, I'm going to ignore that and go off and do
Warp drive active.
the event site now. If you aren't aware yet, by the way, you can sort of double your event points with the hacking sites, which is quite nice. So when you warp in, get the first one, then you've just got to hack 2 sites for the next one. Hack 2 containers. And once you've hacked both containers, you can warp out and warp back in and repeat for double the points. I will demonstrate. Hack these. It's not going to. Hack it again. Failing so many hacks at the moment, it's frustrating. I don't understand why. Well, it's possible that CCP have made them harder. I doubt it. One hack. Let's go hack the second one. Claim the points. Warp out. Warp back in. Claim the points all over again. You have to be relatively quick though if you are in hard. I don't know how long it is, I've not timed it, but if you're in sight for a period of time, it does despawn. So you can't like just chill here for 10 minutes or warp in, warp out. Just chill by sun for 10 minutes while you're waiting for potential person that's going to kill you to leave. Obviously very nice, but might now reduce the amount of time we spend hopping around NULLSEC, because I already now have quite a lot of ISK to throw away. We'll go back yet, of course, but I will think twice about what sites I take if people are here, whether I go into another ghost site, all that kind of stuff, because suddenly carrying quite a lot of cash. Okay, do it again. Same site, 2 cans left. Yes, and one of the things to remember while you're exploring is the loot you found has no cash value until you get it back to market or to wherever you're going to take it, right? Like, all the time it's sat here, it means nothing, because you come across a gate camp and just it's gone, and you never had it in the first place, and you just spent hours doing nothing effectively. So it's not your cash until you've got it to market. let's carry on with our journey.
Warp drive active. Warp
We
drive
have
active.
another drone hacking site. This is a different number again. This time DC035. I did do a little bit of running around EveWiki, just so I don't make a fool of myself. And basically, it would appear the rats spawn if you fail a hack. I don't want to test that, of course, but we'll see if they don't spawn again. And if they don't spawn again because I've been successful hacking, then great. And if I fail a hack, we will check to see if they spawn. The one with a different name that I'm doing first again. Ouch. Oh my god. Is always a red hack. To be kidding me. The other two are green hacks, I believe. Okay. Ah, we're up there. Good news. I need... There we go. I can hack successfully. Red cans are a bloody nightmare. Thing and a filament so far. Go to the two green hacks, these should be much easier. But by the way, as I got deeper into Null, and I'm about a couple jumps from Cobalt Reach now, I've not seen anyone for a little while. There's a part of Horde space where there is not much activity, at least at these hours. Green hack. Much more integrated. And the drone cerebral fragments, so they're worth a lot more, so that's a 10 million can, not including the BPCs. So look at an integrated Vespa and an integrated Wasp. How many runs? 10 run again. 11 million to build, 10 million worth. And the Wasps, this is a 10 run again, 12 and a half, 16. Civ drone base though, crazy. Alright, last one of these. Not possible for me to fail this one, because I can't take any damage from any of them. That's pretty rubbish, but you need that stuff if you're going to build the drones, so always worth doing, because the Hornets need drone parts, right? That's what I just pulled up. Tactical lid somewhere in here. Alrighty, so that's that one. I'm gonna go and hack these. Going pretty well so far. 418 million, and I've been recording for an hour and 12 minutes. That's it. We've been going an hour and 12 minutes, and I'm sat on 418 million. So we'll keep going. Drop's going well. So now we've just got a generation war implants, another 100 million. Drops are working well tonight. What are we at now? 560. 60-something million, not including the blueprints. I'm definitely not going to stay out here longer than tonight.
Active.
So we'll, when I eventually need to call it a day, we'll see about how we get home. We are carrying on for now. I don't know what's happening. Another one. The such a week is level 1 scanning difficulty for another covert research facility. I'm not sure what's happening there. I'm certain this is not normal. Now that there's a second one, I don't know, is this a feature of drone space? The current bug? Did they change something? Nope. For now, I'm not complaining. Obviously, I've got a lot of probe scanner strength, 136 here, so I've got the skills to scan those down ordinarily, no problem. But this means literally anyone with any scanning ship could enter them at the moment. Like they're nice and big, they can just tank the site. Once I finish scanning this, we will run that though. But I am a little nervous about it, because again, if the cans blow up, so if I fail a hack, the cans blow up in those sites, and when they blow up, they one-shot a frigate. So
Warp drive active.
I will lose all of this. But let's let greed get the better of us. The improved hacks aren't too hard. The superior sites in wormholes, they're called superior at the beginning. The hacks are a lot harder. These ones in the improved, as you saw, weren't too bad in the first one. It should be the same in this one. Let's give it a go. And we're fingers crossed for an ascendance, mid-grade or high-grade ascendancy implant blueprint copy. What we're going for. That's what we want. Start. It's okay. It's not bad. There's 80 million, I think, in there. Talk about what those items are in a second when I'm finished this site. They spawned a lot faster this time, and they'll blow everything up. Be far enough away. Goes. They blew them all up, and then they all warp out. They came. It's big. They arrived really quickly this time, so it's not slowly. I was not hacking slowly. I could get through more than 2. But what have we got? These things are for capital and supercapital builds. So this goes into this reaction formula, which if we then follow the route through, goes into these things, which are used for capital. Super capital builds, and that's it. So they're quite expensive. And same for the nano regulation gate, same thing. Right, well, it's fun. Another 80 million. Keep going, get ourselves some more points now with the event sites. We'll keep ticking away. Like I have found the people. When do you want in system? We'll head over here, where there is nothing. Well, I can't check whether that's a gate camp. With the amount of cash I have, I am not taking that risk. Because there could be a gate camp, bubbles of sorts, and I can't get close enough to descan. There are no celestial bodies anywhere near the gate, which is weird. So, a little bit of a shame, because that was that jump. I was here, wanted to go down here, but instead we will head this way. So this is going to be my last system. It's getting pretty late, and we've got 4 event sites, 3 that will get me things. So I'm going to run these, and then we'll see what our grand total is before we start thinking about heading home. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but a billion-esque is where in loot is where I start drawing the line in any ship, let alone a paper-thin frigate. And we've blown well past that mark, not including the blueprints. In this last system we found another implant. It was the Genolution Core CA1. So, been a pretty good evening. I've been recording for 2 hours 40 minutes, and we've pulled in more than a billion ISK, which is really time well spent, if you ask me. So, now the question you might ask is, well, that's great. What? Like you said earlier though, you can't count that ISK until you get it to market or get it home, wherever you want to get it. So you're currently deep in NULLSEC. How are you getting that home? Because where are we currently? Yeah. So like, just as an example, right, if we want to go to Jita, then 38 jumps, pretty much entirely through NULLSEC. With NULLSEC, which will get increasingly more populated the closer we get to high. So that's one option, but to be honest, you're pretty unlikely to get your loot out that way. So don't do that. The second option is to explore using the wormhole known as Thera. If you don't know about Thera, it's a special wormhole that always has constant connections into different parts of different parts of high sec, low sec, null sec, and wormhole space, always. It's got something like 12 constant connections. And if you would like to find it, you can. There's a group called Eve Scout who basically just will keep it up to date with where all the links are. So you can go through here and work out which region and which system you're closest to. I think I can input my current system. So UYOC TAC 1. That should give me number of jumps. UY0C OC TAC 1 update. And there we're not close to any. Our closest one is 24 jumps away. And so that'll be 24 jumps of NULLSEC. So they're not really an option, although we may as well head that way. Yeah, we may as well head that way. So I will put RT64 TAC C. RT64 TAC C. We will set destination and we'll head around there. Where is that on the map? Yeah, we're staying out on the edge, so it should be low population. So while we head that way though, we are also going to be scanning for wormholes now. We're not going to scan for anything else, just for wormholes, because wormholes are your friend when it comes to getting back into K-space. Into HiSec. You know, you might think wormholes are pretty dangerous. They are, but you can potentially, instead of having to go 38 jumps through NULLSEC, 24 in this case, you could potentially scan down a wormhole and that wormhole have a direct connection to HiSec. And then you're there in one jump. Which seems like a bit of a no-brainer. So we're going to do that. We're going to, every system we go in where there's a signature, we're going to scan. If it's not a wormhole, we're going to move on. If it's a wormhole, we will fly to it and take a look. So first wormhole I get to, you'll rejoin me there. Just found a Navy Dread. Let's have a quick look at him. Far off grid, can't see him. Anyway, let's carry on. Hope we don't draw his attention. There we have it. We got lucky on this occasion. We have scanned down a wormhole that directly connects this NULLSEC system to a HiSec system in Minmatar space, which is great news. So we're out, we're free. Let's splash here, we're home. This one's relatively obvious, of course, but if you want to know how you can identify wormholes before splashing through them, check out this video in the top corner where I explain how you can do that. Now I'm going to go and splash through, then we are safe and we can say we've had a very successful evening. Safe is obviously still a relative term. This is Eve. You have to get the concept of safe out of your mouth. It's still not. I'm still not at market. I'm just now in HiSec, which is considerably safer than where I was before. But there we have it. With our space, so Jita shouldn't be too far away. 15 jumps. 25 jumps, okay. Right, there we have it, guys. I've had a very successful evening. 2 hours 52, the recording's at, in which time I've pulled in a billion ISK and made it back to high sec. So, get out there and explore NULLSEC. Do it. And if you can do it while there's a hacking event on at the same time, all the better. It's so quiet in different outer reaches of NULLSEC that just basically undisturbed while you do this stuff. The only challenge is getting it back out. There we are. Right guys, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.